Excuse me, Mr. B. The lovely Miss Nightingale, as you requested. Good evening, Nightingale. I'm glad to see you're up and about. How are you feeling? That's good to hear. Would you like to join me? Wonderful. Allow me. Are you hungry, my dear? What's on the menu tonight, Charles? Shepherd's pie, my lord, served with brown butter peas and peach cobbler for dessert. Ah, yes. Mary Ann's specialty. Does that sound good to you, Nightingale? Excellent. Would you mind bringing some for her, Charles? Not at all, Mr. B. I'll have it up in a jiffy. Thank you. Oh, no, I'm all right. Sadly, mortal food is tasteless to us, and I wouldn't want to spoil your appetite by drinking my true source of sustenance in front of you. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Here you are, miss. If there's anything else you need, just say the word. My pleasure, miss. Please enjoy. Oh, no. Don't feel bad. You should have seen Mary Ann's face. She was positively thrilled to have someone else to cook for. When your master is a member of the undead, there's not much occasion for fancy meals. How do I get my meals done? For centuries, my clan, we've managed to get by with donated blood. Yes, from willing donors. Mary Ann and Charles, for instance. They've supported us for years. There have been no blood slaves in our house in centuries. As long as I am head of the clan, by Our Lady of Night, there will never be. The Lady of Night? Oh, she's the closest thing we vampires have to a deity. Her real name was Lilith. According to legend, she was one of the first vampires, a member of the original Council of Night. Yes, I'm on the council, along with the leaders of the other 4 clans. Oh, Lovell told you that he was on the council? I wish I could say I'm surprised. He never misses a chance to flaunt his power. His clan is by far the most influential of the 5, and the most brutal. They believe that humans are chattel, good for nothing more than slave labor and blood. But we Beaumonts believe that all creatures in this world are equal. Humans have just as much right to live as we do, or as anyone else does. If he's so powerful, how did I manage to save you from his clutches? Have you heard of the Rite of the Seal? It's an ancient tradition among vampires. Long ago, Lilith, Our Lady of the Night, fell in love with a mortal, a man named the Seal. However, their match was met with hostility by the rest of the council. They feared that a love match between a vampire and a human would undermine the superiority of the vampiric race. So they had Vasile killed. When Lady Lilith found out, she demanded recompense. The council agreed to grant her one wish as payment for her beloved death. She could demand one thing from the council, anything, and if it was within their power, they would grant it. This then became a tradition amongst vampires. The Rite of the Seal says that if someone offends you, you can demand one favor of them. As long as it's within their power, they must agree to it, in order for their debt to be considered paid. Lovell had wronged me, so, according to our tradition, I had the right to demand something from him in return? I don't know. Maybe if I thought more clearly about it, I could have demanded that he step down from the council, or something similar. I just wasn't thinking when I saw you up there on stage, fighting as hard as you could. Despite being caged, drugged, injured, you were still fighting, like a lone flame in the rain, refusing to go out. I couldn't bear to think of Lovell snuffing out your light. My only thought was to get you out of there any way I could. Excuse me. What did Lovell do to me? He was responsible for my father's death. My father had been pushing for the council to outlaw blood slavery. Even though others wanted to agree, a glare from Lovell was all it took to make them vote against it. Then he decided to punish my father for trying to stand up to him. Ordinarily, such an offense would have been enough to strip Lovell of his seat on the council, but the other families were too afraid, as usual. Thank you. I'm sorry. Here I am, rambling on, when you never asked to hear about my problems to begin with. You don't mind? It's very kind of you. Thank you, Nightingale. Is there anything you can do? No, but just the fact that you would ask means a lot to me. And what about you, my dear? What was your life like before you were on that stage? Ah, you and your family lived on the streets then, stealing and scraping an existence where you could, just a few of you. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but don't humans usually band together for safety? Why couldn't you? Of course not. You're sent. You had to keep moving, or else something would surely have found you. If not a vampire, then some other undead. You managed to get by until your sister was injured? Oh, I see. So that's why you were alone. With your sister unable to travel, you split off from your family in order to keep them safe. Nightingale, I'm so sorry. Do you know where they are now? Perhaps I could send a message. Let them know that you're... No, you're right. With Lovell watching us, it wouldn't be safe. After you already risked everything, I wouldn't want to put them in any more danger. That was incredibly courageous of you, Nightingale. Not many would be brave enough to do what you did. I can't tell you how much I admire that. You are a remarkable woman. Well, did you enjoy your meal? Wonderful. Marianne will be delighted. You know, it's a beautiful night. The moonflowers are in full bloom this time of year. If you'd like, maybe we could... What is it? You saw something at the window? A shadow? Do I smell that? Wait, you're right. Ugh, it's foul. What the hell? No, surely not. I don't know. Hopefully I'm wrong, but if I'm not, we may have company. I need to investigate. Go back to your room and lock the door. Don't open it for anyone until you hear my voice on the other side. Do you understand? Hopefully we're both just imagining things, but given the circumstances, I need to be sure. I'm sorry to cut our time short. I'll find you later. All right. Be safe. Thank you, Nightingale. You too.